Hello everybody. So I was just telling my husband that it was hurting me holding the camera trying to record these videos, and he's gone down into his little garage and made me a selfie stick that I've literally just rested between my legs, and now I'm able to be hands free and enjoy this nice cuppa that he also just made me. So thanks for that, Jay. Anyway, I've just had a lovely bath and got out and put all my lotions and potions on. I've got a Beta Cap scalp application in my hair, and I've covered myself in Dermall, which is also what I used in the bath as a soap substitute. I've used many different moisturisers to date. Cetraban, Aveeno lotion, lotions from Lush, Child's Farm, Dipper Base. Too many to even remember. Double Base, basically all the creams and moisturisers that you can get on prescription for this condition at some point I've probably used, and a lot of them have just made me burn and itch and sting. Dermall seems to be one of the better ones that works for me, but I'm not trying to tell you what to use and what not to use, because anybody with psoriasis will tell you that what works for one person won't necessarily work for another. And I'm really lucky with my dermatologist in that they acknowledge that I know my condition better than they do when it comes to what treatments are suitable for me and what are not. So when I go for appointments, they usually just ask me, what do you want me to put on your prescription? What creams do you want? What, even down to steroid creams, because I've been prescribed Umavate, which is a mild steroid, and I can use that on my face and in intimate areas, because unfortunately psoriasis will even appear in your bum crack if it wants to, in your groin, in your armpits. There's no way that it won't invade if it's aggressive enough to go inside your ears, behind your ears, and your eyebrows. And yeah, you can get psoriasis in your genital areas as well. And I've been quite lucky in the respect that I've never had severe psoriasis in any of those areas. But I have had it there. I'm not ashamed to say that, because I think it's something that needs to be spoken about. And there are mild steroids that you can use in those areas. You can have different steroid then for your limbs and your torso. So there's been times where I've used, say, Dovabet, or what's another thing I can think of? Enstellar foam spray, which is amazing, by the way. It's the best steroid treatment I've ever used. It did really take the aggression and the redness out of my psoriasis and thin out the plaques. But unfortunately, with the other things, when I stop using it, the psoriasis just comes back with a vengeance. And there's only so long you can use steroids for, because they are, they do thin out your skin, and it's not ideal to be using steroids all the time. Medication wise, I've been on methotrexate tablets, methotrexate injections, acitresin, Fumaderm, ferrous fumarate. I think that's an iron tablet, so I don't know why I said that. What else? Neotigasin, cyclosporin, methotrexate injections, Fumaderm. I'm sure there's a few more right off the top of my head, I can't remember, but I know that I've definitely tried all the systemic medications that are available to me. The only time my skin's ever been clear is when I was taking one of those medications and combined it with a course of phototherapy, where I had 30 treatments, going to the hospital 3 times a week, and for some crazy reason, which was just amazing, my skin was clear completely for about 6 weeks, and during that time I got married and went on honeymoon. So it was just fantastic to be able to wear my wedding dress and to be able to, wear a swimsuit and not have to worry about people staring at me. But unfortunately it didn't last very long, and the psoriasis came back, and the medication I was using at the time didn't clear me. So it was just, I think, a combination of the phototherapy and the medication that worked on that occasion. And I went on to have another course of phototherapy then, but it didn't work as well the second time around. So I've had UVA phototherapy and UVB phototherapy, and it was only the one time, the first time I had it, combined with the medication and constantly moisturising, that the psoriasis went into remission. It's never been in remission since then, and I've given all the tablets a good go. I've been on them for a significant amount of time. The worst one, I'll have to be honest, for me personally, was methotrexate, because the side effects were just awful. I had constant nausea, I had constant headaches, and I had an absolutely vile taste in my mouth that I just could never get rid of. I can't even explain what it was like, but even the thought of that taste makes me feel sick to this day. But please don't let that put you off taking methotrexate if you think that's something that you want to try, because there are other people who have no side effects at all, and that medication works really well, both for the psoriasis and for the arthritis side of things. Another medication, while we're talking about the arthritis, I've been on is sulfasalazine. It's a bit of a mouthful. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but I came off that to go on to a medication called Otezla, which is a newer medication, I think, and there's been quite good results for some people with that. Again, it did dampen my psoriasis down a bit, but it never completely got rid of it. So at the last but one hospital appointment I had with my dermatologist, he was in agreement that because of my PASI score, which is a score that is done by the hospital to see how much your body is affected, how much of your body is affected by psoriasis, how thick the scales are, and how it's impacting upon your life. You've got to get a certain score to qualify to go on a biologic drug in the UK, and I've qualified for 4 different types of biologics, and the one I've chosen to try, which I'm going to start in 2 days' time, is the Cosentyx. I'm really sorry if I'm not pronouncing it properly, but there we are. That's just a brief little outline of some of the medications and creams that I've tried. Steroid creams, Umavate, Dovabet, Enstellar spray. Enstellar spray is a newer steroid, and it's absolutely amazing. It's worked so well for me in keeping the severity of the psoriasis a bit better, taking out the redness of the psoriasis and flattening down the scales of psoriasis. But unfortunately, whenever I stop using it, I just flare straight back up again within a few days. But it is an excellent steroid treatment, I have to be honest. So if there's any questions about anything that I've said, or if there's any questions at all you want to ask me, I'm willing to answer anything. This is going to be completely transparent and not anything, even if it's graphic, doesn't bother me. Just ask me and I'll try and answer it. Thanks again for watching, guys. I'm going to go and enjoy the rest of this nice cup of tea now, and see you in the next video. Bye!